You would think after getting rid of 75% of our family's stuff, I wouldn't have much more to get rid of, but oh my gosh.
A palace of gold, gold, gold. A palace of gold, 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 gold.
Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel for another episode of Messy to Minimal. This is the extreme decluttering series that I've been doing on this channel since the new year. And you guys throughout this series have seen me go through every room of my house and do huge declutters, and in the end, my husband and I have been able to get rid of 75% of our stuff. And a couple of episodes in this series, I have revisited some spots, some rooms and areas in my house that need another pass when it comes to reorganization and further decluttering. Now, I included the word fails in the title of this video because it does make a really good title, but now that I have your interest, I definitely want to encourage you guys that if you have to go back to other places in your house and do re-declutters and reorganizations, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have failed. We are all growing and learning as we go, and I hope this video is an encouragement to you and that you don't feel alone if you have to go back and continue to re-declutter and re-innovate in some spots in your house. If you're excited for some more decluttering motivation, then give this video a thumbs up, especially if you enjoy it while you're watching it. And if you're new here, if you haven't seen my other episodes in this series, then I will leave that playlist linked in the description box so you can get caught up. I think I have close to 20 episodes in this series. You guys have really been enjoying the decluttering and watching me go along this messy to minimal journey. So if you have been here for the other episodes, then drop this emoji in the comments so that I can say hi to you guys and we can chit chat about where we are on our own minimalism journeys. So over the next couple of days here, I'm just going to take you through some quick projects. The first project that I am starting with is our spice cabinet over here. Our kitchen is a very high traffic area. We are in it all day, every day, and we access these spices all the time. Both my husband and I do the cooking here in our house, and so what is going on in here isn't working so great. I'm gonna give you a quick little tour of what it looks like right now, and then we're gonna get started with the decluttering. Okay, so this is what the spice cabinet looks like right now, and it's not just a spice cabinet. I also have some bowls and random things up there. At the end of my kitchen episode for Messy to Minimal, which was actually the first episode in this series that I ever filmed, I was pretty happy with the way that this had turned out, but as I decluttered my pantry and also some food storage that we have out in the garage, I ended up bringing more things into this cabinet. We have doubles of some things. As you can see, we got a couple of Old Bay going, and we just have too much stuff in here, and the way it's arranged is not working. So the spices are the priority for decluttering and reorganizing today, as well as the things that are up here. It's just not working for me. I also have to note how oddly shaped this cabinet is. I'm gonna sneak you guys into here. It actually goes down toward the side pretty deep, and stuff just falls over there. It piles up. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this has just been such a frustrating spot. I have gone back since that first episode and reorganized it like 2 or 3 different times. And I have seen this in so many pins over on Pinterest and in little ads, and you know, whenever I'm looking up at Target or Bed Bath & Beyond or somewhere, like spice organization, this always comes up, and it seems like such a gimmick. Spicy shelf, new and improved, deluxe. I'm not a big as seen on TV sort of person. I don't buy a lot of that sort of thing. But with doing the reorganization of this stupid cabinet so many different times, I am ready to give this guy a try. If you've seen my other decluttering videos, you know me. I'm not the person to first go out and buy new stuff in order to innovate in a certain space, but sometimes you just gotta get it done, and you gotta find the things that actually work and keep those receipts, because a lot of the time the stuff that I buy doesn't end up working. And if you don't totally mess up the packaging, and if you're respectful of possibly the next person who would purchase it after you're done returning it, then it's not that big of a deal to package it back up, take it back to the store, get your money back, and try to find something that's even better. Bonus points if you can find something in your house that you already have to organize a certain spot. I have tried that. I have tried literally everything in this cabinet. It's not working. So we're gonna give this spicy shelf a try. I also grabbed this guy from Home Depot, and it actually attaches to the inside of the cabinet. I did attach these hooks here to hang our hot pads, but we have not been utilizing these, and it might actually work better to get like a little wire spice rack in here. So we'll see what combination I use, but it's time to get decluttering. I'm gonna pull everything out so that I can piece it back in and say goodbye to some stuff or store it in another spot or pass it on to family. I rarely actually throw stuff away. I always try to repurpose it, recycle it, give it on to someone else, but we'll see what we have to do at the end of this because there's just too much in here and it's not organized as well as it could be. Always forget to do this. Take a little before for my Instagram so I can do like a tap to declutter and reorganize. So go follow me on Instagram if you're not doing that already, but here we go. Click. Bread definitely doesn't belong up here.
And you did right from the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone and missing someone is as normal. Missing someone.
Okay, so here are the things that I decluttered out from the cabinet, and then I'll show you the cabinet itself. This was challenging, and it has been every time I dive in here. Just, it's so awkward, especially with this area back there like I was showing you. Decluttering out a few of the spices and making room here on the door for our spice blends. Weston really loves cooking with the Flavor God spices. If I were the only chef in the house, I would probably just keep these core spices with a couple of my like baking spices and stuff. But Weston definitely helps with a lot of the cooking for dinner time, just because I work so much now. So he definitely needs to have his own tools and spices and stuff that he likes on hand, and I respect that. These are like the main spices that we use on a regular basis. We have some garlic powder, Old Bay. Now we don't have double here. I'll just have the extra one stored in our pantry. Paprika, I use a lot of bouillon, onion powder, curry powder back there, and then I have savory like herbs and stuff, dill, thyme. We've got coriander, etc. This is kind of like the second most used stuff. And then over here in this is like my baking and more sweet spices. Nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, baking powder, that sort of thing. And then Weston does like rubs and stuff for barbecuing. And I have a couple of those larger bottles back there. And since he's so tall, it's easy for him, or easier for him, to just reach back there and grab them. Again, not ideal. Spicy shelf did not work in this space. There's just not enough room for it to be at its full height to be able to fit the taller little containers, and we have mostly tall containers, so it at its short height just basically held nothing. So it's not a good fit for us. Close but no cigar. And then up here I just kind of tidied this up. I did get rid of just a couple of things. I had that basket hanging here where I had some sieves and stuff, and now I just ended up putting it here because I was able to get rid of just a couple of bowls. And then through here I have things that we don't use as often, like a cheese grater. If you guys remember that messy to minimal episode here in the kitchen, I ended up getting rid of our cheese grater because I never used it, and it was just one of those things that was like, we don't use this, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Well, a couple months later, Weston didn't know that I just didn't need a cheese grater, and one was on sale at Costco and he ended up picking it up, and I just had a laugh. But if we do get to the point where both adults in the house realize or decide that it's just not something that we use regularly enough to keep, then we will pass it on. Just one of those miscommunications. Weston and I both try to have less in our house. We've always tried to have more of a minimal mindset as far as things go, but even spouses who get along as well as we do don't always agree on what needs to stay and what needs to go. So an encouragement for those of you out there who are at odds a little bit with your spouse on living a more minimal lifestyle. I can't speak to like the disagreements and arguments and fights, because Weston and I do pretty much see eye to eye, but sometimes a little bit of patience pays off. Right now I'm going to be patient about a couple of the things that are still in this cabinet. So that is all that I am doing today. It was a small space, but one that was accessed a lot, a very high traffic area. So I'm gonna pick up the camera on another day when I decide to do another little decluttering revisit, which there are a couple more places around here which need it, so stay tuned for that. If you're enjoying the motivation so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next day. Another day, another baseball cap, another decluttering project. And this one is a doozy. I am out in the garage right now, and there has been an episode dedicated to this space. We got rid of 90% of the stuff in our garage. It's one of the most popular episodes in this Messy to Minimal series, and many of you found my channel through that video. So there's a little update on what the garage is looking like right now. I have a pile of stuff to declutter. Before I show you this pile of stuff, I will say most of this I know is just gonna get out of here. I have stuff to take either to the recycling, to the thrift store. I have bags of clothing that I've decluttered out of my kids' closets that have been claimed by family and friends that I'm gonna deliver to them. Then there is a couple of items that I'm gonna be putting in Weston's trailer for a dump run. I actually need to get through to my totes of decor up here because I'm gonna start filming some fall videos for you guys, but I can't get to those totes until this is all cleared out. So most of this stuff has already been earmarked for getting rid of, but a lot of the thrift stores in our area actually reclosed because of the pandemic when they had been open before, and so I ended up having to hold on to things that I would otherwise just immediately go donate. And so I have a lot more stuff in here that I want to have. Like I said, most of this stuff is already intended to go. It's just piling up, and I figured I'd start recording and take you guys along as I just kind of get through this mass and take it where it needs to go. And do declutter projects, I always notice groups of items while I'm doing the initial just pull everything out. So we have some food stuff, so like non-perishables, and then also we store just a bit of fresh produce out in our garage that either ends up in the fridge or just out here, because it's actually a pretty good climate for it, and we never have mice or ants or anything out in this garage. It's really well sealed. We have kids stuff, there's workout equipment. A lot of this is organizational items that didn't work out for me. I also have some home decor stuff because we had a wedding in our family, a baby shower. My sister actually borrowed some of my stuff for a bridal shower that she hosted, and so I'm making little piles and groups of things that are all in the same category so that I can put it back where it goes, because now that I've done decluttering throughout my whole house, there are spots for everything that we do choose to hold on to. A lot of the decor pieces are ones that I use a lot, but they're just out of place right now. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm taking from the big pile here and moving it to the, you know, smaller categories, and then decluttering from those smaller categories and then putting the things back where they go. There is a method to my madness. There's also another category of like DIY projects that I have a spot for, but was too lazy to put it back where it goes.
It's not for me to say you love.
You would think after getting rid of 75% of our family's stuff, I wouldn't have much more to get rid of, but oh my gosh. I mean, look at this. Granted, some of this stuff came from other places in my house during other declutter videos, but still, this is still so much stuff that we don't need or won't use or need to get rid of. Right now, everything is pretty mixed up as far as donatable, returnable. I actually have a couple of items here that still have tags on it that haven't been used that I need to return back to the store. A couple of things need to be given to family and friends. I have some clothing here. I have a couple of car seats that I want to clean up and pass on. Out of my 3 sisters, 2 of them just had babies and the other one is pregnant. So I'm pretty sure we can find homes for these really nice Britex car seats that the boys outgrew. But now I'm just going to be taking each item out of the garage and putting it where it goes, whether that's Weston's trailer for the dump or my van for donation and returns. Kids are out there playing in the yard, but I just want to show you really quick what I did. So as you can see, it's all nice and clear here on the floor. This is Weston's grassy turf stuff that he does some workout stuff on, so I'm leaving that there for him. He also has a couple of corners in the garage that is just his stuff that I don't really know enough to declutter. So this is what I worked on today, as you saw. I now have this collection of organizational stuff, either things that don't work that I want to show in that video, or stuff that I'm holding on to either from my space or someone else's that I declutter. I was really glad that I held on to a few things to take over to my sister's house when I decluttered her apartment. It's probably not normal to hold on to this much organizational stuff for like the typical homeowner, but because I do this for a living, like making videos about this on YouTube, there is some stuff that I want to hold on to or things that I've purchased in advance for other projects that I'm planning. So, but I did declutter a lot of this stuff out, and I have my little collection there. We just have some dry goods like oats and rice and some flour. Again, we never have any vermin issues. We've been here for over 3 years and we've never seen so much as a mouse dropping. So those are fine there. We also have some non-perishable stuff here that we keep extras of, as well as some extra cleaning supplies. And then you guys have seen our decor totes that I keep up here. These 3 have fall decor in them, and I'm going to be going through those in an upcoming video. where I'm going to be shopping my own stash and doing some decor decluttering. Stay tuned for that video, but this is looking so much better over here, and we can actually walk through our garage now. If you guys missed the other garage declutter video, then I'll just give you a quick rundown. We've got a workout, like home gym over here with a weight rack. We have some of Weston's tools of his trade for the job that he does, as well as some like home maintenance and car maintenance stuff. And there's no more decluttering that needs to happen for right now over there. What I really wanted to do was this big, huge pile of stuff that is now not in the garage anymore, and I'm so happy about it. All in a good day's work. So I will catch you on the next day that I do another declutter project. Hello, so we are in my bedroom right now, as you can see, and I wanted to wrap this messy to minimal redo video up with showing you a couple of improvements that I've made to my closet. I did a messy to minimal revisit of my closet. I did a huge declutter, and I added this IKEA dresser. It has made such a difference. I have never been happier opening up my closet and picking out an outfit or grabbing some workout clothes. I have had this new arrangement for 2 weeks, and since filming that video for you guys, I have made just a couple of adjustments and improvements that I wanted to show you, because these improvements that I've made have made even more of a difference. So let's take a look. Couple of changes to the top of the dresser. I still have this Bali brand acrylic organizer. My 2 purses that I own sit there, and I did have a little stack of baseball caps. I now have them up here because I do have a lot of extra room here for this little shoe shelf because I don't own very many shoes, and so I'm taking advantage of that room and putting them there for now. The new addition is this little jewelry organizer that I ordered off of Amazon. It's exactly what I want. So this is all the jewelry I own in the world. I keep quite a minimal supply, but everything was just kind of in a random dish and was all mixed up. So I have just a few necklaces that I wear, as well as just a few pairs of stud earrings. These are even like my seasonal earrings. I have one little pair of like wintry Christmas earrings, some of these little studs that I got from Cosbox, which I wear all the time, and then my favorite pair of Ana Luisa, and these were created by my friend Sarah Therese, and so that's in my minimal little jewelry collection. Just keep my 2 pairs of sunglasses that I own right here on top, and this drawer has extra Apple Watch straps because I have different ones for different occasions, and this has my rings in it, my wedding ring, a ring my mom gave me, and then some of Weston's rings back there. If you guys saw the video from earlier this week, then you would have seen that I wasn't quite satisfied with how my bra and my sock and underwear drawer turned out, and that I needed to do some more like shopping around for stuff to organize it. Pretty much every drawer divider on the market is too tall for this drawer, but I wanted to be able to like divide things out from black, nude, and white or other colors, and so I found these little bins. They're interlocking if you want them to. It's like an office thing, but I got them for this drawer and it works really well. I have like bra solutions, like sticky bras and pads and other stuff like that back there, and then my, you know, the bulk collection of my bras in those little bins. And then in this drawer, I'll just go through it really quick. I have granny panty style, I have thong style, and then socks. And again, I'm using those little dividers. I think I still have too many pieces in here, so I'll have to do like a personal declutter. I'm not really one to show all of my unmentionable items, so there's that. In this drawer, instead of the IKEA bins, which I was getting frustrated with, so little update on that, these bins here are the ones that I got from IKEA. They're a little slippery, they slip against each other, and when I go to pull something out, the bin would kind of come up with it, and it was really frustrating. So I just have the 3 long sleeve shirts that I have in this bin for now, because that works. Also these little bodysuits in there, but for my short sleeve shirts and tanks, it just wasn't working. So I ended up getting these drawer dividers. I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I had like a 20% off coupon, so that was a way to to save money there, and this is working so much better. So I have graphic tees on this side, and I have plain tees and tanks on this side. Everything is super easy to fold and file in here. When I open up the drawer, everything is right there in front of me, and this filing system has been working really well for me. I didn't pre-tidy any of these drawers before turning on the camera for this video because I want to show you exactly what it's looking like right now. And these are extra pieces from those interlocking bins from Target. These are just the ones that I didn't use. Those eventually will go out into the garage. I just want to keep them on hand in case I rearranged things. And then another change I made was my pants drawer, and that's looking a little disheveled, so I'll pop that back in there. But I didn't have these dividers. I bought two packs of these dividers, one for the shirt drawer and one for the pants drawer. And I just feel like it looks cleaner. It's easier for me to put things away and know where everything is. I have a very small collection of pants, 3 little non-denim pants, 2 pairs of denim long pants, and then like less than 5 pairs of shorts. So I don't have enough pants to do the filing method because it'd probably only take up one side, and I'd like them to be a little bit broken up as far as their categories go. So this so far is working so much better for me. I like that they're divided and not just kind of running into each other. And then my slip shorts and leggings are still the way they were in that video because that's working out for me so far. Well, I think that is everything that I have for you in this episode of Messy to Minimal. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me while I shared some updates to the spaces that I've previously decluttered and gone through a bunch of our stuff and gotten rid of even more things. I'm always looking at the footage that I take of the pile of stuff that I got rid of, and I do the math looking at the stuff that I'm keeping, and that's how I estimate, you know, how much we're actually getting rid of. But we're creeping up to about 80% of our stuff being gone out of this house, and I have never been happier as a homemaker. I love homemaking and room design and decorating for the seasons, but I've never enjoyed it as much, or I've never looked forward to like this holiday decorating as much as I have this year, because I know that I'm not going to be drowning in just all the other stuff in my house. And this year I am starting my fall videos earlier. I don't know if it's the pandemic and being cooped up and just wanting to move on from the previous part of this year, or if it's just the fact that I absolutely love fall, but I am super excited to start making some fall content for you guys. I have a coffee video planned for you where I share some favorite recipes to get you all cozy for the fall time. I also have that Messy to Minimal fall decor decluttering video that's coming out next on this channel. And then after that, I have a clean and declutter and decorate with me for fall, and all of this is coming from a more minimalistic mindset, like less is more, how to make your home nice and cozy without just filling it with a bunch of new stuff. Don't want to waste money, don't want to waste time and effort having to take care of junk in our house. So if that sounds good to you and you're excited for the upcoming videos, then make sure you are subscribed and you have your notification bell turned on. My videos go out every single Monday, but sometimes I throw in extra videos like the one you are watching right now. So turn your bell button on so you don't miss any of the videos coming out next. I hope you all are having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you so much for spending a little part of it here with me on my channel. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll catch you later.